Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of the 808 podcast where we take CEOs, business owners, influencers, etc. We give them 4 questions in 8 minutes and 8 seconds because 808 looks like Bob. And here we go. Question number 1, a few sentences. Tell me who you are and what do you do?
So I am Kelly Etter. I'm the owner and founder and CEO, I should say, of EtterOps, and we support small businesses with all their back office admin, creative services, really anything that they shouldn't be doing with their time that they can pass off and take off their plate.
Perfect, Kelly. Question number 2, what advice would you like to share? Go.
So really the biggest thing is to invest in your own time. So many, especially micro small business owners, so those who are having 0 to 5 employees, which really means themselves, they're doing everything on their own. They're wearing all hats. They're the accountant, they're the bookkeeper, they're the everything doer. And investing in your time to get all of that stuff off your plate so that you can really focus on your clients and growing your business is number 1 piece of advice I would give. The way that looks is spend a week or 2 just jotting down all those things that you're doing, and literally just quick note on the side of your desk. Jot down those things that you're doing that you're either procrastinating on, or you're saying, "Oh, I'll get to that later," or when you do them, they drain your energy, they exhaust you. All of those things are not worth your time, and you need to invest in your time to get rid of those things and take them off your plate. The best way to do that then is to outsource those tasks. So there are so many, VAs or outsourced administrators or business partners out there, or virtual business partners like us out there, who can do all that stuff for you. Learn your industry, learn your business specifically, and then basically be you, so that you don't have to so much, right?
Well, let me ask you a question real quick.
Sure.
So with your clients, what is the number 1 thing you see outsourced?
So number 1 thing I see outsourced is research and strategy. So a lot of folks start a small business with a passion and a love for something, and they don't necessarily know how to strategically make it happen and execute on that. So we spend a lot of our hours really researching best practices, researching best programs for each of our clients' businesses, and then making sure that there's strategy around how to implement that so it's most effective and most well done.
Perfect. That works there. I just want to ask you that question quick. So what were the other steps that you had, or another things you were talking about?
Yeah. So once you decide what the list is that you just want to take off your plate, you decide who you're going to outsource that to, create a monthly budget for it. Say, okay, I'm going to invest, $1,000 maximum every, month for 3 months. Give it 3 months. A good outsourced administrator or business partner should be learning your industry, like I said, learning your specific business, and essentially replacing your hands. And in order to do that, it takes a learning curve. It takes some time for that person or that team to really learn the ropes and do it well and do it efficiently, so that you're not, wasting your budget. So give it a good 3 months, invest that, or set that budget amount, and then stick to that. And when you do that, you're also saving time because you're not penny pinching. You're not worried about every penny that's going out, essentially paying for tasks that you could technically do yourself, but you're trying something new to get it off your plate.
Perfect. No, that makes a lot of sense there.
Yeah.
Was there, because I remember you said you had 4 steps, or did I miss
I think we got it. I think we got to invest in your time. Yep. Mm-hmm. Spend a week jotting those notes about those tasks, outsource them, and then make sure you know your budget and stick to it.
Perfect there. Another thing I like to tell people is also, when you're outsourcing, do remember there is still your time involved.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Right.
And that brings up a really good point, Bob, because the best relationships that we have with clients and the most effective that we can do for them is when they are able to give back just enough to make us, to allow us to do our jobs well for them. Right. So we can't save you time until you give us the parameters and the tools that we need to do so, just like any employee, if you think of it that way.
Right. And I'll give you a perfect example is, I do podcasts without editing. So it start, stop, the whole thing there. And I get this argument every time, well, I can get the podcast edited for $5. Right. So now you have to contact the person.
Right.
That part there, you have to pay, they have to invoice you. You have to check their work. You got to at least check it the first couple of times until you're happy with it there. And then you got to pay them. And all that takes additional time. So it isn't just give them $5 and it's done.
Absolutely, absolutely. And if you counter that though, I'm going to push back a little bit, right? If you counter that with the idea that either you're having to pay payroll taxes or what, just spend the time of hiring or, whatever to get a part-time admin, let's say, to do all these things that an outsourced VA or business partner could do. So there's a ton of time and quite frankly, budget dedicated to hiring internally for this. On the other side, if you don't outsource those tasks, right, you're spending all that time doing the video editing yourself, which is fine if it gives you energy, if it is exciting to you, if you love doing it, and if you're good at it. But realize what those tasks are that you're not good at and that you're exhausted by, and those are the ones to get rid of.
Oh, we outsource plenty of stuff. I was just talking about that one specific thing where I get feet pushed back on that one specific issue there.
It's a great example.
Let's get to question number 3. What other top CEOs, business owners, and influencers that are successful like yourself would you like to give a shout out and should be a guest on my podcast?
So Amy Waninger of Lead at Any Level is phenomenal in what she's doing. She is out there everywhere. She is just doing everything right as a small business owner. She has her face all over, as far as her presence goes. Her message is phenomenal. She really focuses on bringing in all of the inclusion aspects of what's going on in today's world. So she's super relevant for today, especially. And she's there to teach you how to be a good and an effective business owner. Her whole deal is really making sure that you're the best that you can be as an owner. And she has fantastic ways and fantastic books. Actually, she's written to do that.
Perfect. I'll look her up here. Number 4, final fun question. Kelly, tell me about your first sale.
So I laughed when I heard that, or when I read that question, Bob, because it was actually my sister who got me into this whole business. I was a teacher before this, and she was a leadership and development coach and consultant, still is. And she is exactly that person I just described in my 4 tips. She had way too many things to do. She was wearing all hats and she just needed an extra set of hands. So she said, hey, on the side, you want to just earn a few extra bucks? Well, months later, hey, you're really good at this. I could literally hand you 5 people who are in the same position I am, who just need some support. And a few months later, I quit my job as a teacher. I was doing virtual teaching at the time, started my own business, and 5 years later, here we are. So it's fun to think that our sisterly thing got this started.
Perfect. Love that story.
She's still a good client, so
it's good. It's good that I would hope your sister's still a client.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah, that part there. So you got about 57 seconds left. Sure. We can do some promo time. You can ask me a question. You can talk about the weather or the pictures behind you, or we can end early. Go.
So who have been the folks here who have given the tips that folks have really, or that watchers have really valued? And have you received
this is the one that I'll always remember is treat your business like a cup of coffee. Coffee requires 4 things: cup, water, heat, beans. You have those 4 things, you can make a cup of coffee. Now focus on the cream and sugar. Because too many times as business owners, we need to make sure it's perfect. We want to make sure it's that nice pumpkin spice latte with the whipped cream, the sprinkles, all pretty. Just get the coffee done first.
I love it. That's awesome.
There we go. And you pulled it off. 4 questions in 8 minutes and 8 seconds because 808 looks like Bob. Your website, say it real quick.
EtterOps.com, EtterOps.com.
It's in the description. It's magic there. Kelly, thank you so much for being on. Tip of the hat.
Thanks so much, Bob.
You're welcome. And I am legally required to tell every single one of you, make sure you like, share, comment, thumbs up, ring the bell, whatever the social media network wants you to do. I am Bob Clark. You all have a wonderful day. Now talk to you later. Bye.